What's going on, guys? Sync-WaVey back again with some more GBO2, and today we are looking at the Dijeh and how good this suit is. Like me personally, it's better than the Mark II. It's better than the Ashima. Because something that is got more utility to the team. In my eyes, is just a better all-around suit. When you're a better all-around suit and you do a lot of things for the team, it's a better suit. Like Mark II is one-dimensional, frontline, kind of squishy suit, hard hitting, frontline mobile suit. Dijeh is a frontline. He's a peeler. He shoots things out the sky. He stops maneuver armor. Way more utility than the Mark II. And he actually hits hard in melee. He does. He hits pretty hard in melee. His melee, like my melee on it is actually, 52, which is pretty high. His base melee is 2,300, I think it is. Which is not far off, 200 damage less than the Mark II. Whoop-de-doo. It's not that much. Not much difference, man. And as you can see, shrapnel bazooka into downswing is very good. It stops the maneuver armor suits. Like if I see a maneuver armor suit, I just pull out the shrapnel, and everything else just gets the beam rifle, So yeah. As long as you do those things, like this suit is way better than the Mark II. I shouldn't have dropped down here, but it's way better than the Mark II, man. It's just way more versatile. My analogy, because like people have been saying the Mark II is better, it's not easier. Obviously, like it's easier, but easy doesn't mean it's better. And we can't really talk about it at a low level because it doesn't make sense really. Like you're saying the Mark II does better at low level when you see the higher potential of mobile suits at the higher level. This is why in tournaments you have pro players, right? And when people, like say for instance any fighting game, you see the characters that I use are not usually used at a lower level because they are obviously harder to use at the low level, right? But they're actually better in a pro's hands and has higher potential than most of these easy characters that you will see, right? Basically, let me give you for an example. We got a girl called Katarina in Tekken, right? And Katarina is literally one of the easiest characters in the game. We could say Leroy as well, and Leroy is very, very good as well, right? But guess what? He's not better than Akuma. And Akuma is one of the hardest characters to use in the game, right? But he has the most highest potential and kind of borderline broken stuff, right? So when I say like Zeta, like Dijeh is better than the Mark II, it's because when mastered, they are borderline kind of broken. Like I don't know if you guys have seen my unblockable, uncountable attack with the Zeta Gundam doing the neutral at a certain range. Once you mastered that, that's literally broken, guys. I don't even know. Like you bait someone's tackle out with a melee attack, and they can't tackle it, and then you just you have free reign over them. You just tackle them, right? Dijeh is one of the best peeling suits in the game, one of the best frontline holders. It holds the front line really good. And it's not as easy to use as the Mark II, but once you've mastered a suit that has this type of potential, I mean, it's hard to get away from its pressure. Like, look at it. He couldn't get away from it, man. So a Mark II is not that scary. Like, really isn't, man. And like, people are saying that the Mark II is like OP. It's like, it really isn't, man. Like, it really isn't, man. Like, honestly, I'm like the only person that don't complain about Mark II, and never have and never will, because it's not a problem to me. Like, and I'm like, yeah, if it hits you, it's like, oh man, this thing hurts. I mean, it's a close quarters general, man. Like, it's meant to hurt. It's meant to do more damage in close quarters. That's the only thing it has. I don't get when people complain about things when it's like, it's a one-dimensional suit that only has one thing that it's good at, right? Dijeh, Zeta, like, even Ashima, they have way more utility. Even the Gapfully, way more utility. Shoot from long range, can do some close range combat, and actually, like, it can do more damage than the Mark II in a single combo. Gapfully can. Like, don't get this twisted, guys, man. Like, it's just that the Mark II is easier to use, and you can get more out of it because it's more simple. But once you've mastered one of these other suits that are harder to use in the Mark II, you do way more. You do way more. It's facts. It's not even like I don't even care. Like, Mark II was one of my favorite suits, like, to use. I used to use it quite a bit, man, before the Zeta came out, because obviously that is the suit before the Zeta, and obviously I was using that. I was like, I want my Zeta, like, but I was using the Mark II. I barely use the Mark II now, like, really. But it's not even. It's just easy to use. Once you got a good pilot behind it, yeah, this is simple. But once you've mastered these other suits, you got high potential, guys. It's just like Akuma versus Katarina. Katarina is really strong at low level, and Akuma is not that strong at low level. But once you get to high level, Akuma is literally in tournaments, and you don't see Katarina in tournaments. So, which is the better? The Akuma is the better because it's winning tournaments. It's the same thing as this. It's the same thing as this, guys. Like, I don't know if you don't get it. If you don't get it, then just stay in the dark. But if you don't understand what I'm saying, then you will understand that the suits that have high potential are the better suits, not the easier suits. But anyway, that is the game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. God bless. Yeah, I just wanted to add a little bit to the commentary, because obviously people want to say, oh, but what about the Qubely? The Qubely is like kind of easy to use, well, pretty much easy to use, and you know, that kind of like breaks the what you're saying though. But like, honestly, it doesn't. It's just the devs are trash at balancing the game, and they didn't give double Zeta should be better than the Qubely, but the potential of it is harder. Like, it's harder to use, and you don't really get that much out of it compared to what the Qubely is, just because Qubely has those ridiculous funnels. So if they actually, you know, kind of what I said in the video where I first for the Double Zeta, where yo, they should have had this transformation, they should have had an instant stun and a charging beam rifle, you know, and it should have been able to air dash, you know, all these things that I said in that video. It probably would have been high and high melee priority. It would have probably been better than the Cubity, but guess what? That is the Des problem, and it kind of goes along with like the Leroy. Like Cubity is basically the Leroy of GBO. Leroy in Tekken is like super easy and is super strong. When he first came out, he was broken, but eventually he caught nerfs. So hopefully the Cubity will catch some nerfs to actually draw him a line, bring him down a bit, and they buffed the Double Zeta to actually make it the strongest suit in the game and one of the hardest suits in the game. So that would be a good balance. But yeah, that's just the Des problem, man. They had the right idea when you have Mark II and you have like Zeta Gundam, where Zeta Gundam is harder to use in the Mark II, but the Zeta Gundam has a higher potential to do way more damage than the Mark II can because of all of its weapons and versatility that it does. So they kind of got the right idea with that. But with the Cubity and the Double Zeta, like they just dropped the ball with it, man. They just they just made it, the Cubity so easy, really, and I think they didn't realize how underwhelming their Double Zeta really is. That's basically what it is. They need to catch some buffs with it, give it stabilization device, give it its transformation, give it high melee priority, everything that I said in my video about it, and maybe then it'll actually be the best suit in the game and one of the hardest suits in the game to actually balance the game out. But yeah, that is the rant, and I'll catch you guys next time.